You had managed to retrieve some magical items. Mealy, you had been working on some of your own uh, crafting up in
Hmm.
the and your friends, I guess, ostensibly is what they are. Left to grab these items. You weren't too concerned until Marlowe and Mist dropped off a petrified Frost that had gotten turned into stone. So you are very aware now that there's probably some dangerous things down there. You um, so now you were already warned about the hallucinatory terrain, and now you're walking across this bridge, which is probably where Frost got turned to stone. Um, what you're seeing at the end is obviously magical darkness because it moves like a cloud. It's not just dark down there, but like it has an edge to it, and it seems to just absorb all light. Especially as a dwarf, you can see in the dark pretty well. It's very rare for something where your vision just cannot penetrate it. For Mist, you are currently trapped inside of a force cage that's about 10 by 10. It's solid, so you can't really get out of it. Um, but you now have a spear in your hand. Uh, that's what seemed to have activated it and activated the whatever got summoned in these other portals. You yourself cannot see it either. Again, it's just this inky blackness. Full moon, basically same thing with you, and it seems to be kind of overtaking you. Um, the only one that seems to be unaffected by it is Rindle seems to be tracking something in the dead center of it. Uh, at which point, actually, he would be like, oh, shit, it's Abishai's.
Okay. Where's Marlowe's token?
Marlowe's right here.
Oh, okay. I just couldn't see him because he was out of my...
Yeah, out of
Yeah.
your view.
Cool.
So first thing I need initiative from all you guys.
Scott, while we're rolling for initiative, I have a question for you. I see the green aura, but I do not see another aura from the other creature.
Oh, okay. Give me a second.
You know, where's...
Oh. Can you guys see it now?
Yep.
That I do.
Ah, yeah. Damn it.
Or I mean, I don't now.
Okay.
At least somebody rolled well.
Okay. Rindle.
Hey, Chester.
Happy Saturday.
Okay.
Happy Saturday.
So
Since
Chester, as soon as you get in, I need you to roll initiative.
Can't hear you, Chester. You're muted.
I was talking to myself anyway because I misclicked in my jittery finger type strokes.
As soon as you get in, I let them know Brindle would recognize the monsters that had appeared as Abishais, specifically black Abishais. They look kind of like demonic black dragons.
I know it there. I'm good.
Okay.
I've caught up with my character knowledge.
Okay.
Team that spawn, bastards.
Yeah. So you know they also know that they're basically assassins.
Yes. Awesome.
You are aware that you are probably the only one that can see them. That's what those auras are around them. But you don't. But because of Devil Sight, you don't have to worry about their magical darkness.
That's 2. Alright, I am not going first anyway, it looks like.
Okay, Full Moon, you are going to be first.
Okay, so first thing I would like to do is take a step back to where I think I could possibly see. So, because I have movement-wise. In the place that I was, I'd like to put a bonfire there.
A bonfire? Okay.
Correct.
And
And
that's
then-
that just takes up a 5-foot square, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Just so I have more light and I know that and I can realize that it's actually somewhat magical. That way, if it disappears partially, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. So you can. It looks really strange. The bonfire is emitting light, but none of that light penetrates this like sphere of darkness. It looks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I guess I should have said I cast bonfire in the darkness. But I think that's all I'm going to do.
You attack the darkness. I actually forgot to roll. Marlowe's. Give me a second. Okay. So it looked like actually. So the Abishais are actually next. And they are going to move. Let's see how fast. 30 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15. Is that you, Rendell? Hiding?
Oh, great. Now I can't see.
Friends of yours, Rendell?
Um,
Or do you prefer the master now?
Both work fine, and pretty much everyone's my friend sooner or later.
Devil Sight is what? 120 feet, right?
Yes, we said that last game.
Yes, 120 feet.
Okay. Somehow you have 2 tokens.
Yeah, I tried. Oh no, it didn't even show up. I tried to drag out the newer one that you forget about sometimes, but I don't know where it went.
It should be right there. You should have it now. You see
Let me
yourself?
guess again. No, I don't see me at all. I just see a blank map now.
Okay.
I don't see any tokens.
Give me a second.
Probably need to add his sight to that one.
I like your other token better.
You don't like my new one with my picture?
I like the picture.
Well, the other one looks closer to an elf.
I'm not an elf. I'm a dwarf.
I know. And sometimes I like to lie to myself, think you are.
That's fair. It makes it easier
Can
to
you
admit to
see it?
yourself your attraction.
Chester?
No, still just a blank map.
Okay.
I mean, it's not black. I see tiles and stuff, but no tokens or anything to that effect.
Let's see what's going on. Sorry. Give me a second.
So our viewers, this is of course our wonderful technical difficulties that we normally routinely have. If anything, it's consistency, so you should applaud that. And we thank you for watching.
And hi, new viewers, because I've actually gotten some people that want to watch this game now. Hi.
Awesome.
Okay, give me a second. Edit. Ooh.
It's interesting because I can see his new token. No token for you.
What about now?
Same. Still just the room tiles.
Dang it. Has sight. Save change. Now?
Now I see things.
Okay.
Yay!
There's like 6 boxes I have to check whenever I put a new token in there, so.
And
Okay.
these are the reasons I have yet to delve into running a game on Roll20.
Yeah. It's fine. Okay, so it is the Abishai's turn. I'm moving both of them at once, and both of them are going to attack. So one is going to attack you, Rindle, with 3 attacks.
Rude.
You can actually see them, so fortunately they don't actually have advantage on this. What's your AC?
A mere 13, I'm afraid.
Okay, so that one hits. That one misses. And that one misses. So fortunately, you only get hit once for 5 points of slashing damage. And it
Raja.
carves into you. Okay, the other one, for whatever reason, it looks like Marlowe is moving a lot slower than normal. I mean, you're the only one that can actually see any of this happening. Everybody else is just hearing screams in the darkness at this point. So let's see. That definitely hits.
So, question for you. I believe Rindle is into the square to the right of where he is now,
Oh,
because if not, he's in my bonfire.
oh yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. I just was like, that's gonna be bad, especially if he can see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he knew I did that, so. Oh, and I see something new. Yay.
Okay. So Marlowe gets hit by all three. You just hear him scream as he gets carved up. So he takes 13. He takes 21 points of damage. As he just gets no one else can see this, but Rindle, you just see two scimitars just come down right onto Marlowe's shoulders, and then the Abishai just bites down on his arm.
What a jerk.
It is now actually Marlowe's turn. So Marlowe is going to go ahead and I need to look up something. Monk. I need to know what something does. This one's soul. He is actually going to, yeah, he is going to try to use a ability he doesn't actually have. So I'm going to have a D percentage. He is in training to be a Sun Soul, so he is going to try to use an ability he hasn't leveled yet.
Interesting.
I'm rolling
We
a
can
D100
do that?
to see. No, I'm just being.
Level 9 spell. I get to try. You said so.
It's just narratively makes sense that he's going to try to do this. I was just trying to figure out what actually happens. So again, Rindle, you can see Marlowe's hands grow briefly for a second, and he kind of puts them back and tries to it seems like he's trying to cast some type of spell, and it just kind of out. It doesn't really do anything. Little sparkles.
He's embarrassing us in front of the dragon then.
Okay. Next is going to be Mealy. So Mealy, you see this big ball of darkness in front of you.
Yep, and I hear screams.
Yeah, you hear screams.
I'm going to move up to here. And I am going to cast Daylight at level 4. Somewhere
Okay.
where I seem to be in the middle of all the stuff that's
Okay.
happening.
What is the range of daylight?
60 feet.
Okay. And what's the radius of it? Sorry.
60.
60?
Yep.
Okay. So big burst of daylight happens and dispels both of these auras.
Yay!
They have no power here.
Alright. And for my bonus action, I'm going to also cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
And I'm going to put it right next to this guy here. Right here.
Okay. I'll just make a quick little token.
Alright.
So we'll go ahead and Let's see, what do I want?
So while you're thinking about where it should go, should I have to worry about it since I have that spell, since I have sunlight sensitivity?
Yeah, actually, you will have disadvantage while the sunlight is going on.
Thanks, Muley.
Yeah, we're just. Your spiritual weapon looks like a dwarf with a hammer, apparently.
Hooray! But what it actually looks like is basically a forging hammer, but it's like fresh smelted ore.
Mhm.
It's still glowing hot. And it's
Okay.
large, like giant.
Okay. And you actually have control over that token too, so you can move it around wherever you want.
All right.
When you cast spiritual weapon, do you get to do an attack immediately, or do you have to wait?
You
Suppose it's
immediately
always-
make an attack.
I do?
Cool.
Sweet.
So go ahead and roll an attack for me.
Get him.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please. It should be 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't. Wisdom modifier isn't 8, is it?
No.
4.
Yeah.
So
It's
10
4.
damage.
No, it's 5. It's 5.
Okay, so 11 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, holy crap! If you had a wisdom modifier of 8. Next is, it looks like Rindle. There's this burst of light, but you get the impression everyone can see now.
I've got dwarf privilege. I get it.
Mhm.
So does the Abishi directly that attacked me, does it look like it's still focused on me, or has the spiritual hammer taken its attention?
It actually looks a little dazed from the light. It's a little hard to tell who it's focusing on right now.
Okay, then I'm going to do Marlo a solid, and I'm going to have faith in Melee's ability to distract this dude, and I'm going to turn around, like basically just kind of pivot and throw some Eldritch Blasts at the thing that just attacked Marlo,
Okay.
because I'm just, feeling spunky today.
Okay, go ahead and roll some attacks for me.
So that's 2 Eldritch Blasts coming your way.
Mhm.
Roll 1d20 plus 8.
That's a miss.
Yeah, I'm gonna, do absolutely nothing apparently and cry in a corner.
Okay. 2 Eldritch Blasts go wide over the shoulders of these things. They just.
I was trying not to hit Marlo, clearly.
And Mist. So Mist, you're actually all of you hear this. It's like, hey bro, what's up?
Hello? Who is this?
I'm Shane Chadwick.
Hi, I'm Mist and Toby.
I'm Miss Toby.
Miss Toby. Hey, I've got a last name now. Cool. Hey, do you have a way to get us out of this forced cage? And I kind of poke at it with a spear.
I'm really powerful. Let me see what I got. So he's really dumb. So he's going to. Let me see what spell he casts on you.
Magic missile.
3. Okay, so suddenly time seems to slow down for you, Miss.
Okay.
And you're way quicker.
All right. Can
will
I
not
still?
help you at all. Get out of here.
No. All right. Can I still attempt one more Misty Step?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a charisma save, please.
Oh no, nope. I rolled a 3.
Okay, so yeah, you disappear and then basically reappear in the same spot.
And I kind of go, Shane, this is really cool, but damn, I'm still trapped, and that's my turn.
Okay, we'll go back. So full moon is here. Or no, sorry, it's have I had Marlo go yet? Yeah, I had.
Yes,
okay,
you
so
did.
full moon, it's your turn.
So since I noticed that our wonderful caster friend that can see in the dark decided to turn around and have faith in Mealy, I will also back up Mealy and try to cast light on the creature next to that he turned away from.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay, light. He's now glowing.
So I'm just going to be doing 8d8 damage, and he has a con save.
Okay.
To half it.
He fails.
Okay, 33 hit points of damage.
Okay. And that was the one next to Marlo, or the one next to Mealy spiritual weapon? Sorry.
The one next to the spiritual weapon, because Rindell turned away from that one closest to him, so I was going to help back up Mealy.
Okay. It is looking really hurt, and it does not seem to like the idea that it's kind of out there, exposed and out in the open. And he looks at his partner, kind of nods, and then unless you have anything else, it's now their turn.
No, we got nothing going on right now.
Okay, so he actually, unless anyone wants to stop him, he is going to plane shift out.
Counterspell it.
Yeah, you can
Level 4?
counterspell it, but you're gonna have to
Level 4.
roll it because plane shift is a high level spell. So, but
Do we get attacks of opportunity on this clown too?
not when they teleport. No.
No.
Yep. I'm not sure if I know what level it would be, but I was going to try to cast at level 4, if that helps at all.
It really doesn't. But go ahead and roll your. So it's a d20 plus your charisma modifier.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's staying there. It looks disappointed, but that's its action. This one is going to disengage. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and move. Actually, it looks like it's dashing toward its. Oh no, it disengaged, so it moves to there. It's backing up and looking like it's gonna try to bolt, but it wants to get out. It seems to know that it wants to get out of your guys' field of view before it tries to bamf out. It is now. What's up?
Sorry, I was saying I forgot that I am supposed to be at disadvantage because of sunlight. Should I roll that again?
No, not for counterspell.
Okay.
Only your attacks. Your attacks are the only thing that are going to be at disadvantage.
Thank you.
You could counterspell with your eyes closed, bro. You're just that good.
You actually can't counterspell with your eyes closed. You have to see the effect.
Rindle believes you.
Marlo is going to go ahead and try to finish the one that plane shifted out off. Misses. We'll try to punch him. Hey! Nat 20. Oh, 2d4 plus 4. A very accurate blow, but not a lot of power behind it. And the Abishai just kind of like, despite how hurt it is, kind of giggles at the attack. You get this sense it didn't hurt him very much. Um, that would bring us to um uh Mealy? Is it you? Yeah, Mealy.
All right. I'm going to step foot into here,
Mm-hmm.
and I am going to guiding bolt this guy right here.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack for me. Hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Mm. Jeez, 19 points of damage. Yeah. Okay. It is now glowing and yeah, so it's going to be a lot easier to hit him now.
All right, and then for my bonus action, I'm going to use my spiritual weapon to hit the guy next to it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack for that.
Whoops. That was wrong.
Yeah.
There we go.
That is a 13 to hit. Yeah, it is able to kind of slide out of the way as the hammer comes striking down on top of it. It is now Rindle's turn.
Raja. So Rindle is going to disengage to here.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at the one he tried to zap on his last turn, he's going to address it in Infernal
Mhm.
and let him know in no uncertain terms that this is not the group that they want anything to do with.
It
Last
actually
chance.
replies to that. I'm beginning to see that. It looks like that they're both trying to get out of here.
I mean, my fist isn't raised, just like crackling with lightning, but not shooting it. Like basically, my guy's giving him that chance.
Yeah.
And that's where I'll
Okay.
I'll pass turn there.
Okay. Missed. It's your turn.
Okay. Shane, you got anything else? That was really cool, and I think it's really powerful, but I'm still stuck.
Oh, let me try something else. Okay, so you suddenly blink to the ethereal plane,
Cool.
which
Try
doesn't help
stepping
at all.
forward. Nope.
Yeah.
Still there.
Yeah, still there.
Ah. Well, this place is cool. Neat. So how long have you been down here, Shane?
I don't know. I've never been good with numbers. But last time I was there's some wicked swells going on. Like I rode some 15-footers, and that's when but that was when I had a body.
Thaddeus. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Okay, I guess that's my turn. I can't.
Okay. Full moon.
We
is
already
your-
determined I was only going to have one chance to Misty Step, right?
Yeah. Full moon is your
I
turn.
think.
So are we trying to let these guys live, or are we going to try to torture one of them? I mean, ask one of them questions.
Are you asking in character, or are you doing like meta talk right now?
In character.
Oh, okay. Rindle will say, "I just gave this clown here a chance to flee," and I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
Then I'll do lightning bolt on the one closest to me.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that without hitting anybody. So go ahead. It does a tech save. It makes it save. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, I believe it's 8d6.
Okay. That's enough. This arc of electricity just fries out and destroys this guy. Its body is still there, but it's just crackling and collapses to the ground. Anything else in your turn?
Yeah, move over and try to start collecting parts of its remains.
Okay. Okay. We'll get to that in just a second. It's now the Abishai's turn, who is gonna just drops all pretense, drops his 2 scimitars on the ground, and just starts. Got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Keeping out of range of melee.
Go
and actually
melee, go melee.
takes off on its wings as soon as it can unfurl and gets to about there. It is now Marlowe's turn, who kind of sits back and kind of pokes at the force gauge a little bit, seeing if he can do anything about it, but can't. And now
He can't see me right now, right? Because I'm in the ethereal plane.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Melee, what are you doing?
That's where the thing is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can still see it. It's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I want to turn around and I want to hit it with another guiding bolt.
Okay, and you have advantage on the stat because no one's made an attack against it, so. Okay, so
It first two.
yeah, the first one definitely hit. So go ahead and roll damage on it. Okay. It's looking really hurt, but it's still up. Is there anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay.
Howdy.
Hello.
Hey!
Okay. So next we come to, it looks like it's, Rindle, your turn.
Someone's rocking out for us. Yeah, I don't really see any foes anymore, so I'm going to assume that I had my way with things and meander on over to investigate that force cage as well.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check. Yeah, you did. You're barely aware of what the spell is at this point. You're muted again, Chester.
I have known before, just not today.
I guess that brings us to Mist. You pop back out from the ethereal plane.
Whew. That was a fun trip. So, Shane, you like riding the waves?
Oh yeah. When I had legs, man, that was my favorite thing. You jump on a slab of wood and you just ride those swells, catch a gnarly tube.
Hi, Marlo. Do you like riding waves? This is Shane Chadwick, by the way.
Well, I've been on the river a little bit, done some whitewater.
Cool.
Grew up pretty far from the ocean, though, so never really got the joy of riding the waves.
Cool. I don't suppose you can do anything about this force bubble thingy.
Okay, so Shane actually is like, oh, I think I got it. I think I got it now. And I need you to make a charisma save, another charisma save this time.
That's a 12.
Okay, yet again. So this time, it actually looks like it's going to be something that's useful. A little portal opens up, but as soon as you bam through it, again, you're stuck in the force cage.
I thought you had mentioned that for that, wouldn't it be Shane's charisma?
Oh yeah, I would be, sorry. I'll roll his because he
Does
is
he
the
still
one.
have a charisma?
Yeah, intelligent. That's intelligent items. All they really have is charisma and intelligence.
Well, he only has one.
Oh,
that enough?
actually, you get out. So yeah, dimension door opens up and you just walk through it, and you're back now over here.
Oh, thank you, Shane. And I kind of hug the spear. And then I hold it out to Marlo. So, here, Marlo. At least we got it out.
Ooh,
Awesome. And he'll take the spear.
okay.
So is that who you've been talking to?
No, all of you can hear Shane.
Okay, who's Shane?
The spear.
Shane Chatwick. Hello.
Oh, Shane talks out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently.
You've been here the whole time. Come on.
And one thing you did miss is when Mist and Shane introduced themselves to each other, Shane kind of misunderstood what Mist said and called her Mist Toby. So Mist now has a last name. She kind of yelled it out.
All right. And how much damage did I take?
You took 21 points of damage.
Ouch!
You didn't do much.
Did my
And-
fear spell work? Did I get it off?
No.
I made an Avengers reference to you not being able to get your mojo and embarrassing me in front of the Dragon Men.
Okay, so and Tucker, now if you check your journal, you now have Shane Chadwick added to it, so you can look at what it does.
Okay.
If you, by the way, you kind of have to. I didn't put it in there, but whenever you start combat, I need you to roll a persuasion check because otherwise Shane is going to cast the spells that he thinks you need to cast, which is just going to be me rolling randomly on that spell chart.
Well, that's awesome. Especially if that spell is Far Step.
Okay. Well, are the things you guys were fighting gone?
No, one's still here. And I'll pull up whatever remains I'm going through.
Oh yeah, that one it's still running unless Mealy wants to chase it down and kill it.
No.
Okay, so it as soon as it gets out of sight of you, it seems to disappear. It uses its plane shift ability to get out.
Maybe I'll learn its lesson for next time.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and walk up to Mealy and ask her, do you by chance have a remove curse spell or something similar?
I think I do, actually.
Cool.
Let's see.
So I will go ahead and pull out one of the cursed speed potions and go, found these things, but they're cursed. It would be really useful if we could get a few of these vials to have the curse removed off of them.
Oh, so Marlo, because of how the initiative order worked, you didn't roll well on your initiative at all. You were covered in darkness by the time, like there was no one to hand the cloak to because you couldn't see anything. So you
Okay.
still have the cloak.
Okay, so who is not wearing a cloak?
What do you mean?
Is there anyone in our party who does not have a cloak or a cape?
I don't have
I-
one.
I do not, but I also don't have an available attunement slot. So
And the cloak of displacement is an attunement item. So
yeah, so that would not do me any good.
I also don't wear a cloak because I watch Incredibles.
Nice.
I don't have one.
Mealy.
Is Mealy there
yeah,
with us?
Mealy
if anyone
basically
wanted-
saved your guys' ass by casting daylight.
Yep, she came down after she found out that we had brought a petrified frost up.
The only people who did anything useful were Haley and Full Moon.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, I think this would look better on full moon than you, but you're the one who keeps us alive, and he'll hand you the cloak.
Okay.
All right.
So for Melee, what a Cloak of Displacement does is in every round until you take damage, all attacks against you have disadvantage.
All right.
But if you take any damage, the effect fades for the rest of the round.
Okay. Yep. I'll put that on, and I'll also take the potion and remove curse on it.
Okay, on how many of them? I was going to hand you 3 to let you decide.
She can only do it one at a time. So
Right.
So it would take all my slots. So is this really important?
I don't know what else we're going to get into. I would say no. I can work on these and attempt to remove them using Dispel Magic, but I have to like really concentrate to even potentially just focus on the curse. So
I'll
I would say
remove
no.
1 for right now.
okay.
Okay.
So you have
And
one
wait for the-
decursed potion of speed, so it actually just works as a potion of speed. It doesn't paralyze you anymore.
Yay! Thank you.
Yep.
All right. So if everyone else is okay and we're done down here, I'm gonna run up and see how the monks are doing with frost.
Okay. Marlo, yes, it does require attunement to use the spells. Otherwise, you can use it just as a +2 spear without attunement. Okay, so you're rushing out of there to go see what's going on with Frost.
Yep. So long as everyone's okay, yeah, I'm rushing out.
Okay.
Yep, I think we're fine with R2. Can I get through the remains here?
Oh yeah. So the remains. There's 2 wicked-looking scimitars. They don't seem to be particularly magical, but they are Hellforged scimitars, so they're pretty
And they
good.
probably look cool. Like Batorian steel Hellforged, or just, forged in hell?
Just forged in hell. And then there's, I mean, anything you could get from a black dragon are on these things, just smaller. So they have scales if you wanted to try to harvest them. They have forward curved
That I do.
horns and teeth.
Horns and skills.
Okay, give me a survival check. And while that's going on, Mist. Okay, so you're able to get the horns pretty easily. Getting the teeth or scales is a little tough. They're really tiny. I'd say you get I don't know, 10 Abishai scales and like 3 teeth. But you have 2 Abishai horns, which could probably be used for some crafting later.
I'm gonna kneel down and let Full Moon know, just to be on the safe side. Anything you're taking now could potentially piss off Tiamat. She kind of likes these things. They're her babies. But power to you, bro.
I say that as I'm covered with all this gunk. You could have told me before that.
Where would the fun in that have been?
By the way,
I
it's
know,
not going to
I'm
cause
fond
you
of
damage, but
myself.
these are black dragons. Like, they're related to black dragons, so their blood has a slightly acidic property. It kind of it burns a little bit. It's not going to do you any damage, but it burns a little bit whenever you touch their blood.
Yeah. So everything that I harvest, I'm able to give to. I would give to Melee, so we can use for later. And then any meat that I'd be able to use, I'm going to try to make it into jerky.
Here, Mealy, you handle the god bait.
No, the god will know that I did it. I'll be all over it, but it's along the lines of Mealee's going to be able to craft, and I'm sure Melee can carry a lot more than I can.
For melee, because you are a forge cleric, I will let you know. So the horns could probably be used to construct some sort of, like dagger.
Mhm.
That would be useful for like assassins. That has some, because that's what what Black Abishai are. They're assassins.
Mhm.
The scales have a slightly translucent look to them, and you get the sense that if you brought them to the right person, you could probably make some goggles out of them, which might be able to mimic what Rindle can do when it comes to magical darkness.
That's very cool. All right.
Rindle is quite cool.
Indeed.
So, but otherwise, nothing. Mist, you're just leaving.
Yeah, so long as everyone is okay and we're not doing anything else in here, Mist is running back.
Okay. Frost is just like you left her. She's a stone statue of a. The monks are kind of like looks more like, not so much like they're curing her as much as studying the statue and like scraping off bits of dust off of it to test various things. Very scientific looking.
Can you help me get her back to the way she was? Can you help me cure her?
We can try. It's not. This isn't really one of the things we do. If we had a sample of what actually caused this.
I pull out the canister.
Oh, that'll do.
Yeah, I'm willing to work with you. I'm skilled at potion making, but it's going to take me a little time to reverse engineer this. Can we bring her somewhere safe to begin work with whoever's going to work with me?
Sure. Let us retire to the infirmary, and
Okay.
they get two people. Well, like, because it's a heavy statue, so like 4 people to carry up the various catacomb steps, and to get to a small room lined with beds. There seems to be students that have like broken legs and arms from various training regiments here.
Okay. So yeah, I will begin working with them, and if people come in that need medical attention, I will care for them without using magic because they've already stated they're not comfortable with it. So I would just use my medicine.
Okay, we'll get to
So
that in a
that's
little bit,
yep. That's
because that's
what I'm
going to
doing.
take a while. So, what else does anybody want to do?
So it's just a dead end with the cages. I'm not sure what room we're in anymore.
You're in the room with the cages. It's basically
Okay.
dead. You have everything. You have the book. You have the spear. You have the cloak.
Okay.
And the 2 empty ones were revealed to not have anything of interest then?
No, it was this. You get the sense that they were there just for the summoning circle.
Gotcha.
Actually, Rindle, you can go ahead and make a religion check, Rindle.
Yeah, well, he's rolling for that. We noticed that all of them are empty, right? They all look the same now.
Yeah.
I'm not rolling anymore today. I'm just
Okay.
going to hide.
You need to put those dice in dice jail.
They're digital.
Okay, so yeah,
About to log out of Roll20 and log back in. Give me a new set.
you're yeah, you don't really know what's but yeah, that's all the sense you got. Is that it was just a
Does-
summoning circle.
Arizu know anything?
Sure, let me roll.
See, I help the GM sometimes.
Nope.
Yep. We need a new dice.
But yeah, as far as you know, it's just a simple summoning circle.
Okay. Did Mist manage to empty the font of bad speed potion?
Yeah,
I took like 5 of them.
yeah,
5 potions worth.
but yeah, it's empty now.
Okay. So the only thing is, when we start heading back, Marlo wants to turn to Mealy and be like, "Hey, you got here late. You missed the best part." And he's going to hold out his hand in the next room with the bridge, and he's going to use minor illusion to like just have a little animation in his hand of Full Moon riding the bull.
Okay. So you see this drow riding this huge stone bull.
You can see the aftermath down below.
Mhm.
The picture's all wrong. I had a hat and I had spurs on.
If you say that, all of a sudden it appears.
Yeah, I'm just laughing.
Okay. At this, by the way, when you show that, Shane Chadwick just
There
pipes up.
was something that was forgotten.
That's pretty
actually.
awesome. We should try that, bro.
I'm actually gonna point out
So
that
what,
something
you
was
can see
forgotten.
that?
I'm gonna point
Where
out
are
what
your
was
eyes?
forgotten.
And I'm gonna like check out the spear a little bit more.
Okay.
I'm going to add to the illusion what was forgotten because Full Moon was wearing a red dress at one point
Okay.
for the illusion of Full Moon. So with minor illusion of my own, I'm adding a red dress.
It's a little weird because you're trying to superimpose on somebody else's illusion, so it's one of those things like it's like a bad Photoshop where it's like trying to follow it as it moves around.
Yeah, I can't really tell the difference.
The as for you, you don't exactly know where the sound is coming from the spear. Although every time it talks, it slightly vibrates in your hand, so you think it actually is coming from the entire spear. You have no idea where it sees from. It is not like like you're used to the magic items having some ornate quality to them. This thing looks ridiculously simple.
So how long have you been down here?
Yeah, I think I told you the other one. I'm not really good with numbers. I was always more of a doer, not a thinker.
Yeah, no, I can respect that.
So, but
Who put you down here?
Oh well, so after I died, I became this spear, and then this dude, he very very pale, kind of a butthole, honestly. He picked me up and he threw me down here.
So what? You became a spear? Why? Did you do something pretty?
No, wasn't it free? No, I made a deal with this thing. I'm not sure what it was. It had like wings and stuff. But yeah, I made a deal with it so that I could like be super strong and stuff. And then when I died, I became this thing.
Oh.
So Rindo's going to clear his throat and interject and say, Marlo, I can probably explain this a little bit more articulately. When certain individuals forge certain pacts with certain entities upon death, the fine print of their agreement renders their eternal soul to the form of a weapon with which to then seduce future members to making said pacts
Yeah, strangely, this sounds a little familiar to me too. You said you had like a phone book for the heavens. Is devils in there too?
Oh, everyone's in here.
Yeah, is Hezekiah in there?
Make a investigation check, Rindle.
Who are you trying to call?
Actually, you did
Oh,
say
I just-
Hezekiah, didn't you? You start hearing a popping sound.
Yeah, you guys said the name, so I'm pretty sure the book's
Yeah.
for that. But
Yeah.
holy shit, look at that. I got a 21.
Okay, so yeah,
Right to 'em.
Hezekiah is definitely in there, and it's Hezekiah's entire name, which is infernal. So like,
I can read it. We're good.
yeah, you can read it. It's a lot
Is
of
there-
guttural sounds to actually make it. Like,
So I do have a question. Is it just like his name, or is there information about him?
it's a quick little snippet of information, but all it really says is imp,
So this is now an outdated book because Hezekiah is no
Yeah,
longer.
actually, it said imp. You can see where it said imp before, but it's been slashed out. Now it says Cambion.
Sweet, so it updates. I love it.
But like there's like 20 syllables to this name.
I got this, bruh.
That's why you need an investigation, is because it's not listed under H or anything. It's there's a part that says Hezekiah in like the middle, but
So I will turn the book and reveal and be like, found him, and then
well, actually, at that, he first pops in. Marlo, you called? Do you need anything? And then he sees that book and he's like, oh shit.
Hey, buddy. Hey. I want you to just meet a new friend of mine. His name is Chad. Chad, this is Hezekiah's.
I prefer Shane. Shane is more how I go by, but yeah, I can go
Oh,
by
right,
Chad.
right. Sorry, Shane. This is Shane.
And has like, oh, not you. It's just
Really,
staring
you
at
know each other.
Oh, a previous employer of mine made that. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I know
was
you,
wondering
bro.
if that's-
Last
if
time
that's-
we caught some we caught some massive air last time. I once jumped out of a blimp and this guy here he helped me out. It was really gnarly, dude.
Yeah, I bet you he charged you for it too, didn't he?
Oh yeah, like I don't know what was I supposed to give you?
Nothing's free in life.
It
All
was-
debts must be paid.
It was 2 souls. Shane here, I don't know, ended up. It was an awkward situation.
That's fine. I just was wondering the deal that your associate made with Shane. Kind of like the deal you tried to make with me.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, and too many NPCs. Yes, it's the same deal.
Yeah. Left out some little details, didn't you?
It would have all been in the contract.
Just wanted to clear the air, That was all. It's nice seeing you. The bones, they're fitting you, man. They look good.
Mm. It's good to see you, Marlo. As always, just call my name. We eyes that book again. Be careful with that. It's very dangerous, Rindle.
I seem to be making quite the collection of dangerous things these days.
Yeah, it's fascinating. The things you find in old forgotten caverns and under temples.
Mm.
You take it easy, Hez.
And he disappears out.
Oh, this is gonna be so much fun.
So, by the way, Rindle, it's not everybody. The fact that Hez in there is because you rolled a natural 20. But
I can tell people what I want, and he believed me.
So, but it's quite a few. And while you were flipping through, you did realize, so mostly it's devils, but there are some angels and like a few demons, very few demons though.
Just the ones who didn't call the do not solicit list and get their number removed.
Basically. But there's also other entities. There's a few Genasi, or not a few Jinn, sorry. 1 or 2 Slads and a bunch of Modrons too. Like, not that they're particularly useful, but
Roger Dodger.
you also see some for inevitables.
Great. Let's hope we don't see them anytime soon.
But Tucker, are you frozen?
He seems to be, yeah.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
So that was fun. How long should we wait for Mist to come back?
Why would you wait for me to come back? I went back to the monk temple.
Yeah, let's head back to the temple, and then we can figure out from there. I'm kind of hungry myself.
Sounds fun.
So as we walk back, I like to try to reset all the traps that we passed by.
Scott's not here to know that yet, though, so you'll end up having to say it again.
It's fine, as long as you guys know.
That's fair.
And our viewers, so they know ahead of time as well.
Okay, everybody stop talking. He's back.
Okay. Uh-huh. So,
We made decisions while you were gone.
okay, what's everybody doing?
Heading back to the temple. Full Moon's resetting all the traps because he's that kind of a guy.
Okay. Including
Oh, I want
the
to leave a
summon
note.
trap?
I want to leave a note in one of those vaults that says "Too late. Try again next time."
Okay, you do that.
Yay.
So you guys are resetting, going back to the temple. What's everybody want to accomplish, if anything?
I want to know what I learned from all the books I was reading about forging, or if anything.
You actually, so you and I will get you this whole list, but you actually get some. It's weird saying recipes for forging. Schematics, plans. You learn quite a bit about forging magic items, and kind of you get a. Again, recipe books sound so weird, but an idea of what certain materials will imbue upon weapons.
All right.
That's how you know that the horns will provide. And actually, you actually know exactly what they'll do. They'll add some acid damage to any kind of attack,
Cool.
and and that you're pretty sure you could take those scales and make goggles out of them to help you see in magical darkness. Beyond that, yeah, you get a list of basically what certain items will do if you forge them out.
All right. That's cool.
You
Window's gonna
also learn
continue.
some like schematics for some pretty ancient armor and ancient weapons, but they're not particularly useful. I think because modern technology has advanced, so you don't.
All right.
But yeah, otherwise you guys are. It's pretty safe. You guys reset your traps and leave the area. Shane is asking, so how's things changed? Are the elves still assholes? Because they were always assholes when I was down there, dude.
I don't know. I've gotten along with most of the elves I've talked to.
Yes.
Not
we are
everybody
not-
like.
We are not assholes.
Maybe the light-skinned ones.
Oh. Okay. So so what do you need me to do, bro? You want me to kill some people? I'm pretty good at killing people.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's some people who will need some killing.
All right, bro.
Although right now, it might be a little bit, but I mean, come on. You've waited a long time. You can wait
Okay.
a day.
It's just nice to be held again. It's so lonely down there sometimes. And you have really soft
Gotta-
hands.
So, Rendell, any
Awesome.
idea how your paper did?
I'm still waiting to hear. I turned it in right before we went down below, so might be a while.
What was
Wasn't
that?
exactly short. So we're waiting to hear how I did on my dissertation that was turned into the master before we went down below.
All right.
Full Moon asked me if I had heard anything as of yet. I have not.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna take a while.
The master's not going to like it because I didn't pander to his beliefs.
That sounds nothing like you.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone wants to accomplish?
Well, you know what I'm trying to accomplish, and as we find out what materials I need, I will, if necessary, head down to the town to purchase them and come back up to continue working with the monks. For both the cure petrification and for creating the gas itself.
Okay. So excuse me. So it's going to be at least a week to study the gas to create an anti-petrification potion.
Hmm.
And then it'll probably take another week to gather the materials for that potion. As for the gas, it's gonna take, I would say, 2 weeks to replicate it each time to make a usable quantity.
Right. Mainly focusing on the cure petrification right now, but
Okay. Yeah, it's
so
gonna take.
I don't know if the rest of the party is wanting to hang around. I would talk with Marlowe and the others about what their next plans are. And
Yes, you did fail at zapping, Marlo.
My plans are to work more on that.
so, where do you guys think we should go from here? And this is during one of my breaks in between working on this stuff.
Well, I'm wondering if we've been able to resolve what the master, quotations, needs in order to be confirmed as such. Because if not, we're going to constantly be on the run. So if we can stay here and direct their attention to the monastery, it might help. But if we need to move around to other monasteries, hopefully we can figure that out.
So if you guys wait there for 3 days, you'll get your judgment on the dissertation. The Sifu needs to study said text, but he also lets you know that this probably not if the master is after you. This probably not the best place to hide.
Yeah.
Not the best place for who? Them or us?
Us. The master's probably going to be able to track us down, and I don't know. I had the impression that actually becoming the new master of this sect of monks was actually a bad thing.
Well, if he becomes the master, we'll have more people to fight for us, won't we?
No, it's actually highly likely that he's going to get instantly challenged for the position.
That worked out well last time. I don't understand the problem.
Okay.
Well, how many other sects do we have to worry about?
I have them written down. 7, I think.
Yeah, I
Is it,
think
you
there
know,
was
the-
one
the
for
guy
each.
Six
with-
we haven't seen.
Yeah.
So then 6 more?
Mm-hmm.
We can always travel and visit them. Come to
Well,
them
really
before they come to
7.
us.
'Cause- yeah, actually, the Sun Soul people we still have to worry about too. So 7.
Hmm.
Sun Soul people just are on a very different, or not on this continent. The ones that you most likely have to worry about with where you're at is going to be the Kenseis, who are relatively close by, and the Shadow Hand, which are at the very southern tip of the continent.
So wouldn't it be beneficial for us to take out the weakest one first and then move on to the next?
You have no idea who. Well, I mean, I might let Marlowe can roll if he wants to know who the weakest of the sects are, but it's not really. It's hard. That's hard to determine. You might be able to determine who has the least amount of numbers at any given time.
Numbers don't matter to us.
I think we need to find out more about the type of magic that we think this master of the eighth path is using to find out if that's even necessary. These are still my people. I don't want to have to go around, hurting
Murdering
good
them?
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if they're good people, they won't come after us, correct?
Well,
So we
not
should
if they're
look-
being led by bad people.
Right. So if we can figure out where that bad person is, if not, we can try to rule the good people by rules. We just go, we beat them up, and we say, okay, now you belong to us. No more fighting us. Have them sign stuff. Blah blah blah. Move to the next. Then we'll constantly have more and more numbers on our side, and we can also possibly resolve this faster.
At this point, I do lean over and whisper to Rendell, do you think at any point we should actually let him know Shar is not a god?
You know, we've said bits and pieces here. It doesn't look like it went over any better with him than the Sifu, so maybe ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, maybe.
And also, I just realized that wherever I wrote down all that awesome information is gone.
I'll give it that.
It was here. I'm telling you, it's not in the notepad anymore. All my previous notes are there, and that stuff is gone.
Okay, so you guys are. So what's your guys' plan?
I mean, Rindle's perfectly content to figure out, sit down, read his book, and kind of become familiar with its organizational systems and have stuff on ClickDraw if possible, and familiarize himself with his new toy while he waits to hear about his paper. Unless someone else really presses for leaving, he's content to chill.
Okay, I will let you know. So, I mean, it's essentially a giant index anyway. So its organization system is pretty much alphabetical. It's just hard because the whole point is it's in true names, and you don't know if a creature's true name without. It's a little hard to get the index. Now you do notice that it is there's devils and then demons, which is really tiny, and then it's separated that way out, but otherwise it's not.
Roger. Just in character, he's still familiarize himself with what's in each of those categories anyway, until something happens to distract him.
And at the end of each section, there's 8 pages left intentionally blank for expansion purposes.
Excellent.
So, Marlo, is there a map that we can use to try to figure out who we need to talk to? We don't necessarily have to go and kill people. Accidents happen all the time. But maybe we can figure out who we need to talk to, as well as try to direct people to a certain place. So instead of us having to worry about people hunting us, we can meet at a certain location and tell them we're going to be at said location next.
Well, I mean, if you want to go just talk to the other monks, I mean, they're not hard to find. I just thought we were trying not to be found ourselves.
I thought you weren't trying to be found.
Yeah, we were looking for a way to actually get the master off our back indefinitely, not just continue running from him.
Well, I mean, I can tell you where they are. You don't need a map.
But I like maps.
And then Marlo will tell them where they are, because I don't actually know, but Marlo does.
Yeah, you know where all of them are, and you don't. Well, actually, you know where 6 of them are. The Temple of the Shadow Hand is not common knowledge. That's part of being one of those monks, is finding it.
So it's
You
still
know
like
it's
a
on
map.
the southern end of the continent, but that's about it. It's a little hard to find.
But I mean, what are we going to do? Just go from order to order, challenging people to take it over?
No, we
I
don't
mean,
need
these
to.
people are pretty strong.
We've already talked before. We don't need to challenge them. We just need to talk to them and figure out that they're not going to be a problem, and then direct them to the master being an actual problem, and to figure out that they're on our side, or if we have to deal with them or whatever, we need to resolve said issues so we don't worry about it. I still want a map, though.
So was the Sifu, was he willing to talk to his friends?
Yeah, he actually, one of the first things he did was he used a message to contact the Sun Temple. His way of communicating with them, and while officially he does not have the ability to countermand the master's orders, he commands a lot of respect. So he does let you know that you shouldn't have any issues from them. He's kind of instituted administrative like solution for that. So you won't see too many of the monks from the Sun Soul. He has no pull with the Temple of the Shadow. They're kind of opposed most of the time. The Kenseis, he has some friends there, and they're a little chaotic anyways. They tend to duel a lot.
Well, can he, if he's got friends there, can he just tell us who they are? So that we know maybe who to go to first so we don't get killed on sight walking in?
So he does let you know to. So the Kensei Temple is generally it's hobgoblins, mountain trolls, and humans, and in general, the hobgoblins are the ones that he doesn't get along with too much, but like the trolls and the humans, they're both of them. They are the ones that are going to be more amicable to not attacking you on sight. Unfortunately, the hobgoblins are about 60% of that temple, so they.
So I think I have an idea when you get a chance. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
While I was looking in the studies, I came upon this scroll of comics, and it had what looked to be a possible council of the elders. I'm not sure if that's something that happens all the time or something along those lines, but it might be a way for us to get them together. Maybe it's something that they have yearly or on occasion to try to get them all in one spot to get this resolved sooner.
So it happens every once in a while, but somebody has to call it, and the Sifu can't. He is not technically. He is. You'd have to
He's
get.
not a master.
Yeah, if Rindle were to ascend to that master, or Marlowe were, you could call it yourselves, but that might be a little awkward.
It'd also probably be challenging to do without tipping off to the master where we're gathering all of the people who could possibly challenge him in one spot.
But it's up to you. I mean, the Sifu does let you know it is possible. It's just, and it hasn't been done in 30 years. It's just not something that gets called willy-nilly, because it's hard, because the temples are spread out all over the world. Doing said travel would be, I mean, it takes 4 months to cross the ocean, so.
I mean, we can do that much faster.
You're right.
But yeah. I would imagine if we had 2 masters calling for such a conclave, Marlowe, that's like 2 votes to make something happen as opposed to just one guy pushing for it as well.
Well, right, but our claim is to the same sect. We're more like 2 halves of
Today. But
today. Right.
You know,
if I go
fair
and
enough.
challenge the right person.
See, now you're following, and I can actually suggest that without hypocrisy because I'm doing it.
Well, I mean, if we could find those dirty, sneaky ninjas, I wouldn't mind challenging him.
See, we're coming to terms. I like it.
So is our plan to find people or stay here and have them find us to make it easier?
I think we need to go out and try to find people while we can. But even better, okay, sorry. I don't, out of character, did Rindle and Miss share anything from that book with the rest of us? About the history of the Master of the Eight Paths? I know you didn't tell us about Sharp, but
I feel like we talked about it, but not like, hey, here's every detail we learned.
Right. Mist would sit down with Marlowe during one of the quieter times to talk about it with him. But
okay. Because maybe we should look into some of these other characters. I mean, the truth is, anything that we read about the Master here is going to be designed for these monks. It's going to be stuff that he probably wrote.
So
That's
we need
fair.
to go to the other areas and do research.
Or
The other
we could
temple.
ask, or we could ask Full Moon to interface with Shar. I mean, we've kind of gotten in, and
Well,
as far as
yeah.
we know, she's not trying to kill us.
But she is one of the characters that have showed up in the book after the defeat of this.
Right, but when
Got
you
it.
find two stories from two different point of views, where you start to draw the connections or the things they have in common.
Yeah, Fulman, do you know a place that'd be safe for us to go?
I'm not sure. I'd have to ask. Do we have time?
I don't know. I mean, he might attack us tomorrow. He might attack us a year from now. He's a patient guy. Who knows?
Well, if we can get permission from one of the guardians of this place for me to sanctify a certain location in this area so I can reach upon my god, then I possibly can do it. If everyone's agreeing, of course.
The monks, the one of the monks looks at you. Actually, the Sifu looks at you. Define sanctify.
Make a place holy, cleanse. Other
Okay.
things to
Please
talk
explain how you are going to sanctify.
with the power of my god, so that I may reach my god.
How about you have him do it outside of the temple, down the mountain a little ways?
Or how about down in the vaults where we got the special weapons?
That's,
No one's using that space.
Seems like a good idea to me.
you can have
Demons are already popping in there anyway. They can't be
Plenty of-
anything worse than from where you're from.
Yeah, plenty of traps to keep people out. It's like a win-win.
Or things in.
Okay, yeah, but you can use the vault. Please use the vault.
Okay. And I'll try to go work my way through all the traps again, disable them as I make my way through.
You know where they are
Fine.
because you're the one who
Yep.
set them.
Mist is not going down there with them, by the way.
Okay.
Rindle will accompany him.
Yeah. Find a central
Oh,
location,
But you'll like hang back.
Okay.
and then trying to find a spot, and then start finding the centermost portion of it, and then try to start sanctifying the area.
Okay. Give me a. It's actually going to succeed, but I still want a religion roll. I want to see what happens. I kind of want to know how annoyed Char will be.
I'm not sure if Shar would be annoyed. I mean, I'm getting a new place for Shar.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to
I know.
figure out exactly. So give me
You
a
may
religion.
just have to convince her of that. I will assist you. Fear not.
It's 18 is plenty. So it takes about an hour. Mealy, are you down there? Or are you like, nope, not
Nope.
it?
I'm not down there.
Okay.
Shar loves us all, though.
So this gaseous form starts rising from the ground. It starts out very. It's almost like that black mist that the Abishais had, but it starts becoming whiter and more ghostly. I guess it's almost a cold white, like blue. And there's
Do
a
you want me to
hint of-
grab the model for you?
No, it's fine. Spectral vines start wrapping around it with blooming black roses. Her face is covered by what looks like a opaque white veil. There seems to be what you can make out from the features of her face, which is really hard because it's like a sheet is over her face. It's almost skull-like. Full Moon, why do you call me to this place?
Because this place is now yours, my lord.
She kind of, it's a little dank, don't you think? Not a lot of life here.
There's a really cool, kind of slightly dented up, destroyed bull in the next room.
Oh, I believe I felt something of that when my servant here was showing a great deal more courage than I previously expected. So, my priest, what What can I do for you today?
I'm here just to ask of your guidance. As you said before, you're watching us, and your overall wisdom, look for a little bit of direction. We have some friends that seem to be doubting your abilities, and I'm asking for advice to prove them incorrectly.
What advice would you like? I can prove. You don't have to butter me up, Full Moon. I am very much aware of my own abilities and that delightful tongue of yours. Please.
I start blushing a little bit. I'm not sure what to ask of you. Any wisdom you give, just being in your presence is more than enough. I actually can't remember, now that you're actually in front of me, I can't remember what I was supposed to ask. Are you okay? Is her presence too much for you as well? We need a moment.
I'm just gonna totally take that opportunity to interject and introduce myself. I'm gonna just step forward. Pardon me, Mistress Shard. As I'm sure you're well aware, I am.
Shar!
Wow. Oh, see, blunder. My bad. Mistress Shar, as I'm sure you're well aware, I am Rindle. I travel with Full Moon here, and we have come across information within the monastery upstairs about a certain master to whom we are seeking to contend with, and the histories above, sorting from the monk's perspective, obviously, concerning your own origins as well as 7 others that all tie to this master, and we're trying to get to the root of these histories and how they might help us contend with our
So
foe.
that old Fade is still pretending to be some benevolent teacher, is he?
Well, I wouldn't even say he's trying very hard anymore, but he's still pretending.
He is too attached to the material plane. He's never really understood the power that he himself possesses. But I will tell you this. He is representative of the body of Nerul. The god that... Actually, she wouldn't phrase that. We have a mutual father. We will say it that way. He is the son of Nerul as I am the daughter of Nerul.
And which aspect of Nerul do you embody if he is the body?
I am the soul. I am the power of Nerul. I am the greatest
your mom?
of the children. A human woman by the name of Aurelia. I believe you now know her as the Raven Queen.
Oh wow!
If I may, if the body ceases to be or is handled in some way, you are potent enough that that will not affect you, I imagine, correct? As the soul, you don't need him in existence
It won't
to continue existing.
affect me? Oh, it'll affect me quite a bit. Hurt me, not in the least.
Fantastic. I just wanted to make sure that our current goals were not contrary to your existence, because Full Moon is quite fond of you, as you're aware.
And if should a servant of mine be responsible for such a destruction, it would benefit me greatly. She is telling Full Moon this direct, like it's very like you
Hint,
know,
hint, nudge, nudge.
yeah.
Was she aware at all of the shattering of the crystal of one of the phylacteries?
You'd have to ask her, and you're not there.
Yeah, I'm not there.
Ha! I mean, that's kind of what I was getting around about, because I figured she would have felt that if a threat to the body was a threat to her as well.
Right, but are you asking? Like,
I didn't want to take ownership of destroying that if she didn't know we did it. I was trying to be super discreet.
she still,
you know what?
You still haven't asked her, so.
Yeah. Instead, I'll take a different tack. the phylactery that we found that belonged to the body, presuming that we're on the right path towards the destruction of this entity here. Where might we be able to find more of those, if you know, so that your servant can do wonders in your name?
There are currently 6 more. Whenever the master is discorporated, he is actually whenever that shade is discorporated, he takes over the body of one of his other phylacteries, destroying it in the process. So there are 6 more.
And do you have any idea where we might be able to find these other 6?
The material plane is a confusing mass of different desires. But I can tell you one is quite a distance south of where you are currently. There is 3 in relatively the same spot, but the other 2 are hidden from even me.
Do you know anyone from whom they might not be hidden?
If you can find him, there is a knight, another one of my siblings by the name of
Damien.
who keeps track of us. I can tell you where he is.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, we can get a whole family reunion going.
He sits in his keep near the August Sanctuary, overlooking the Inquisition.
I'm gonna kind of look at the others to see if that means anything to anybody, because
I'm not there. You can ask me later.
Yeah, I'll explain what I can to the sanctuary later.
okay, then we'll just continue on with the fact that we'll be able to find that out later. Yeah. So I got nothing else. Do you guys? Marlo, did you want to ask about your shadowy friends?
Just one thing. Just one question. My here, he gives himself to you freely, as you are more than aware.
Of course.
The Master Eighth Path. So I mean, does he have another name, like something simpler? That's not really my question, but I was just wondering.
We all call him Shade.
So Shade, his lieutenants, do they give themselves as freely as Full Moon?
Full Moon gave himself to me knowing at least a little bit of who I was. Most of the lieutenants have no clue as to what Shade intends for them.
So manipulated, but not possessed.
Yes.
Thank
However,
you. That is useful information.
the longer they are infected with his touch, the more malleable they become.
And are these the same shadow worshippers as those shadow monks that you were talking about, do you think, Marlo?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I just meant that they were the shadow monks, the assassins. I don't.
I know. The word shade, shadows.
That could be.
Trying to draw some lines here. Maybe they're connected.
I think, well, he's definitely connected to their master, just like he's connected to everyone else's.
I got nothing else. Anybody else?
My God, my goddess.
Actually, at this point, from the spirits, are you hot under that hood?
Barlow just kind of tosses the spear into the next room. and cast silence on it.
Okay.
My goddess, with the advice and the information you've given us, what path must I walk?
If you wish to remain safe and content in your mediocre fate, continue to serve me as you have. If you wish to be my true champion, slay Shade. Bring me his corpse so that I may feast upon it.
I shall.
Yummy.
All 8 of them?
Because we're already missing one.
His final one will do. His power consolidated. It'll make things easier on me.
If there's nothing further, I bid you adieu. And thank you for your wonderful presence.
It's been a pleasure as always, Full Moon. Rindle, I hope to have further conversations with you. Maybe I can convince you to serve me instead of the masters you currently serve.
I'm sure Fayarno would be flattered to hear that you find her servitor worthy of coveting.
Marlo,
Yeah, what's up?
you have a very interesting spear. And then she
Yeah.
disappears.
Huh. Well, she didn't try to recruit me.
Would you like her to? I can put in a good word
No,
for you.
That's okay. She's a little bit different. Well, I'll talk to you later, woman.
Well, why not talk right now? She's always with us, so anything you say, she will hear it.
Well, I think she'll definitely hear it all in this room.
So we can talk and walk on the way out then, if that works for you.
Yeah, maybe when we rest next. Maybe tonight.
Okay. So we'll make our way back up to the temple,
Okay.
resetting all the traps.
Of course.
All right. When you get back up, once Mist is aware that you're back, she'll ask you guys how'd it go down there.
And then I'll try to be like, it was amazing. And then I'll do fireworks along those lines, prestidigitation fireworks. You should have seen it. It was amazing. And then I just try to go along with
All
it.
right. I'm going to try to do sleight of hand druidcraft to make Full Moon smell like a skunk.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
That is sleight of hand is +3, so that's 13.
I mean, he's gonna smell like a skunk, but Full Moon, your passive perception is what, 12?
I don't think so. 13.
13. So yeah, yeah, he sees you.
And I grin from ear to ear. Sounds like you had a great time. Can you fill me in on any details? Oh, and Marlo, I keep forgetting to tell you, Wen Fei keeps asking about you. Molly let me know.
Oh. I thought they didn't get along.
Technically, in a way, Molly kind of works for Wen Fei, but she found out that Wen Fei has been asking about you and has taken an interest in you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That tends to happen, around me.
Yeah.
Great. So, did Molly tell you any way, like, for me to get in contact with Wen Fei?
Scott, didn't she?
Nope.
Unfortunately not.
How do you contact Molly?
She's actually one of my clients for massage. I kept forgetting to bring it up before.
Oh, okay. So like before we left,
before we left, I just kept forgetting to bring it up because of all the Master of the Eight and the running and the killing and. But
well, that's interesting. I guess I'll have to look her up somehow.
I do know that because
Actually,
she is,
at that, Rindle, at that conversation, your book starts to shake a little bit.
All right, I'll bite. I'll pull it out and kind of like let it loose, like
It
open.
doesn't like say Wen Fang or anything, but there seems to be a slightly glowing part that looks like it's a chain devil's name is highlighted.
Oh. So I'm gonna kind of lean over to Mist to be like, "Hey, does this look familiar?" I don't know if you even speak Infernal or not. So
I don't speak Infernal.
I'm
I
just
don't
gonna go
know.
ahead-
It's glowing.
I'm gonna go ahead and read it out loud for you, because
The whole name.
oh yeah, why not?
Okay,
Sounds fun.
so nothing really happens, but do you guys?
And then I'm gonna ask if that sounds familiar now that I've said it out loud.
No, not at all. So please don't say it again.
Okay.
I don't know. I do know that Wen Fei, being the pirate queen, she's probably in the ocean, kind of in between our continent and the center continent-ish area, if I remember right. That's
Yeah, but that means a boat.
yeah, it does. But I just wanted to pass the word on since Molly did ask me to let you know.
And it would have to be a big boat because I'm not really looking to leave my carriage behind.
So, what do you guys plan to do now?
I'm good waiting to find out how my paper turned out because, it's always nice to know for sure that I'm the master that I keep telling people I am.
Mhm.
Be nice when they start acknowledging it.
So,
Yeah.
go ahead, Full Moon.
Okay, so also I was going to say along the lines, if we know that we have 3 days, I'm going to go and talk to my club, brief everybody on different things along those lines, show them the way to the temple up at the top along those lines, and then still try to establish trade with the other places for it, and then try to help with the community as much as I can with the next 3 days.
Okay, Becca, the druid craft making him smell like a skunk. That lasts what, like an hour?
No, not. I don't think it even lasts that long. As soon as he kind of like leaves, let me reread it. Instantaneous. It's page 236. Let me double
It
check.
really
I
doesn't
don't
matter. So
Yeah, it really doesn't matter, but
okay.
236.
So you check with your club. If you guys are waiting, so the first evening, each of you, well, Marlo, you actually have a fairly restful
Becky
night.
on there playing this.
Oh, 24. Oh, 24 hours.
Oh, okay, so that does matter. Full Moon, like,
voicemail.
Better find
Yeah,
some
they can
tomatoes.
hear what you're saying.
I said Becca, I said Becky.
anyways,
Definitely stay on the line when we actually stop streaming. I do actually have something to let the group know.
so yeah, so for Full Moon, you are, everybody kind of comments that you smell foul, but they do, factor in. But as you guys go to sleep, none of you have a restful night. Rindle, you don't sleep. Towards the evening, you feel the sharp pain in your head, and if you kind of concentrate on it, you get this image of a woman a blue-skinned woman wrapped in chains with large black bat wings.
Very sexy.
What do you want?
Oh, are you? And I'm gonna like telepathically say that name or mentally say that name to see if she hears me.
I prefer when
response.
Fang. Do not use that name.
Oh, Winfang, gotcha. Oh, I personally didn't want something. My friends were discussing you, and your name came up in my Rolodex, and I, thought I was going to establish communication, but no one answered when I called, so figured you were busy. Perhaps Mist and her friend Ezekiel Hornswallow.
Oh, Marlo. You're a friend of Marlo's. Okay.
Oh, you know
Then
that.
I will let this insult slide for now. Be very careful with that. I don't know how you know that name, but do not call me again using it.
I'm very well connected. I apologize. But would it be possible to establish a discourse between you and my companions?
If
I could act
Marlo
as a
wants
medium
to
if you would
talk,
like.
he can call me
By this name or WinPay? Like, I don't
by
know.
that name, but
Got you. But just him.
just him.
Okay, I will teach him how to do so.
If you call me again, I will crush your brain like a grape.
Aren't you sweet? And then I'm just gonna attempt to terminate the conversation.
Okay. Mealy, your evening is also not restful.
Alright.
Although not from a dream. You've actually slept pretty well. You get an image of actually your deity, the mother of spiders.
Great.
And
I just got a thing from Target. Is one of your prescriptions due or something?
that's what you hear. The mother of spiders is asking you if you have a prescription at Target is filled. No.
Sorry.
Let's say if you had a message pop up,
So-
you might be due to fill one of your medications. How many are you?
What's the mute button?
Click on the screen. Click on the screen. You should have a little mute icon for the mic, and then you should have another one for the stop button.
Okay. There we go. So, the mother of spiders you hear in your it appears as actually like almost like a large tarantula in this image, not in her dwarf female form. But
Mhm.
Mealy, something has happened. I don't know what, but Aurelia, the Raven Queen, she seems really agitated. The fates are turning.
All right. Does my character understand what this means, or am I just?
Okay, so the mother of spiders is not only the god of dwarves, she's also the forger of fate. Like, so there is the
Alright.
three fates, but it's the mother of spiders, the lord of serpents, and the Raven Queen.
All right.
So the fact that she's communicating directly to you means that literally the goddess of death is really pissed off right now. So you don't know.
And are they like cordial with each other, or is this like?
Yeah, they're very cordial with each other.
All right. Okay. And then I'll just like, okay, like, I kind of slightly bow and just like, what would you have me do?
For right now, just observe. I don't know what's happening, but the scales of fate seem to be balanced on your little group right now. Don't let anything horrible occur.
I will do my best to maintain like, just a solemn expression as I'm trying to hold back what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And just like it will be done.
Very well. Thank you, Mealy. If I have anything more specific to give you, I will try. Mist, you don't have a restful sleep either, but for a completely different reason, and we will get into it to the end of the game. Full Moon, you actually hear from Char again, and she's simply is like, "It was nice talking to you, Full Moon."
Show that tongue.
Yeah. Is there anything I can help you with, my goddess?
No, well, you've already understood what I want, but I'm worried about your safety in this matter. You've been most helpful to me, and I want you to make sure you stay safe. I would hate to lose an asset such as you.
Well, because of you, I've been blessed with my companions. I can use them as shields.
You are a survivor, aren't you?
in your name.
Be safe out there, Full Moon. I will
I will.
always be with you. And then, so that's it for that. Marlo, you actually sleep very well.
Until I come wake him up, because as soon as I'm done talking to Wing Fei, I'm just gonna go disturb Marlo's sleep because he doesn't need it.
Okay. Tucker, you're still muted.
Oh, okay. So what's the name?
Now you're muted, Chester.
I'm going to proceed to show you how it's phonetically spelled and how to pronounce it. But I will
Cool.
like break it up in pieces so that I'm not accidentally activating it and pissing off your friend.
Yeah.
Because I'd hate to have to kill your friend. That'd be rough.
That's awesome. And he'll write it in his notebook phonetically.
Mhm.
I will contact her in the morning after I've had a chance to, freshen up. I gotta look good for her.
Actually, and both of you, I'm gonna have you guys roll perception checks.
Damn, where were these rolls earlier this morning when they mattered?
So Rindle, you definitely hear it. There's a commotion coming from Mist's room.
Oh shit! Do you
Like
hear
a
that?
weird
I'm gonna
popping.
look at Marlo. I'm just gonna look at Marlo and be like,
Marlo, you
shit,
don't
do you
hear
hear that? Okay, you don't hear
Do
it.
I hear it after I'm told it's going on?
You might hear like after you probably actually did hear it, but you didn't acknowledge it for what it was. You probably just was stoned. But yeah, you're like, yeah, that was a strange. It was weird echoing and like a pop. Like something was either coming into existence or out of existence. You're pretty aware of this since it literally just happened the day before with the Abishai.
Great. She's got company.
And then I'm gonna just bolt for Mist's room because she my girl.
Okay, as soon as you open the door, Mist is gone. There's a smell of
Skunk.
no. It's a strange. It's almost like a not a cotton candy smell, but close to it. You reckon, and
I
you
smell
see
like cotton
something
candy.
kind of slimy on the ground. You recognize it as it looks like a slod was here.
Oh fuck! It's Crystal.
I was gonna say, weren't the cotton candy smell the infernal guys? I thought I smelled like cotton candy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's a sweet smell. It's not the same cotton candy. But
Different sweet smell.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So we see traces of slod goop.
yeah.
Great. I'm gonna look at Marlo.
Marlo does not touch that slot group.
Say we should probably get the others. This is bad.
Yeah, we should probably go wake him up. I'll go grab Full Moon. You go grab everyone else.
Very well.
Best for
Maybe
your
here.
part. You wake up, and you've never been here before. The winds are howling at you as you are in with essentially a floating rock in a swirling mass of colors.
Ugh.
You're pretty sure you're in pandemonium.
Cool.
There is, however, a statue of Little Frost next to you. Somehow it got transported with you,
Oh, cool.
and there is a large green slide moving over here. You
Oh,
give me
do I recognize? I
yeah,
recognize?
You give me my brothers back now.
Hey, I've been looking for you. I wasn't really sure what to do with these things. I pull them out,
Okay.
the little pouch.
Mhm.
glad you finally caught up to me. Could you not leave me here, though? Could I please go back to my material plane?
He just swipes at the crystals, and then disappears. He takes the crystals off of you and bamfs
I'm gonna
out.
do. Oh, he just bamfs out. It's not like he turned invisible.
He
Okay.
bamfs out.
Attack the spot anyway. It's fun.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do fairy fire, and that's. Oh wait, I don't have that prepped.
Glitter bomb. Nothing's there.
Actually, I don't have that prepped, so I wouldn't be able to do that. So, oh well. Great. Great. Well, this will be interesting. Mist, the Statue of Frost, is it actually small enough now that I can pick it up, or is it just okay? And actually fit it in my bag?
Yep.
So, along with the bag, do I have the canister?
Mhm.
So I'm going to be able to keep working on that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You might be there a while.
She might be there
Uh,
for 3 months.
Yeah.
'Cause
We'll talk
at-
about that in a minute.
Yeah,
off
because
stream.
that's where we're gonna end. So that I can explain what's going on.